Gerai, laba diena. Tai šiandien turime svečių, kurie atvyko į užsiėmimą. Gal užsiėmimas bus šiek tiek kitokio pobūdžio, su tam tikru intriga arba su tam tikrais siurprizais. Tai mūsų socialiniai partneriai, Oxylab ir Game, jie turi paruošę pristatymą ir su jumis jį pasidalins. Okay, some words in English below. We have guests today in our lecture. These are our social partners, Oxylab and Game, and they have prepared some presentation and want to share it with us. And so, audience is here. Welcome.
Okay, so hello everyone. I think we will be conducting the whole presentation in English. There will be guest students watching us over later. And maybe the first question I will start with, how many of you have heard about Oxylabs before? Can you raise your hand? Or about Honeygame? I see 3 hands. Was it from Paul Demipa video or somewhere else? From Paul Demipa? Okay. I will pass it to our PR team that it's working on. And maybe you can share where you have heard about Oxylabs or Honeygame.
I just live near your offices, so I see you're building quite a lot.
The office in Kaunas is here.
Yeah, but it says there.
Okay, perfect. So today I will be talking about what does Oxylab do. Tali will present our partners Honeygame, and Thomas will also talk about another part of the task that we will be presenting. So also a little story. I'm not sure if Kęstutis has shared with any of you before how this partnership appeared in the first place. So me and Thomas, we were participating in a cyber defense exercise called Ambermis, which was organized by the Lithuanian Armed Forces last year. And Kęstutis was a visitor there, I guess, and met one of our colleagues, Vaidotas, which is not present today, but they will start talking about the possible partnership between Vilnius University and Oxylabs. And I guess couple of weeks or month later, we decided to go with that, to partner with Vilnius University and to offer you some kind of task and reward for it. And fun fact about us, before going to introduction, at least we all have at least one degree from Vilnius University, so we've been there where you are today, like studying and being forced sometimes to enter such kind of presentations. So if you want to thank someone or to be angry with for additional load, I think you can reach out to Kęstutis. He initiated this partnership. So I'm Nessa. I'm head of information security at Oxylabs. I've been with Oxylabs for almost 2 years, I guess. We did some great cybersecurity initiatives there. We joined 3 global cybersecurity communities within these 2 years. We passed the ISO 27001 certification and plenty of of other security measures at the organization. And Thomas is our senior cybersecurity expert within the company. Previously, he worked at Nord Security for almost 5 years, if I remember correctly. Yes. So also plenty of experience to offer and to share. And Vitaly has been with us forever, I guess. He builds most of the things that are related with Honeygame today. And he will be presenting the Honeygame. So what is Oxylabs? Oxylabs is a tech company. We offer tools and resources for large-scale web data gathering. Are you familiar with scraping and proxies? So what is it as technologies? Okay, so we will also get into it. First, some things about Oxylab, some statistics. We have 3,500 clients. Most of them are enterprise companies, a lot of from Fortune 500 list. We have 500 people plus, I guess, working with us today. Half of them at least are developers, system administrators, and just purely tech geeks. And we grew a lot since the establishment of the company. It was established in 2015, so almost 9 years ago. And yeah, our headquarters in Vilnius, but as a girl, I don't know your name, mentioned, we have also a office here in Kaunas. Okay, and going further, so as I mentioned, we offer, well, we are a market leading company at the moment, and we offer proxy network and scraping solutions. So if you see at the menu that we have, it might seem confusing at first, but it's two main product types, so proxies and scrapers. In most of the cases, they are combined. You combine the proxy network with the scraping frameworks to get the best possible efficient outcome of that. And the proxies, in simple terms, are like a middleman that are shielding your device that you are initiating connecting from as a middleman to the target. So basically, it anonymizes your IP address and any other information that you offer. And the main difference, if you look at proxies, it's residential proxies and data center proxies that we offer. So they differ through the. So if you take the residential proxy, you usually can see the ISP, so Internet Service Provider IP address. And if you take the data center proxy, you're not related to any ISP provider. You simply get the IP address from the data center. So yeah, I guess this is like in a nutshell the main differences with that. And then we go to scrapers. So it's used by loads of different enterprises, as I mentioned. But the main use case is if you take, for example, you decide to create a new pencil, yeah, and you would like to know the prices all over the world, what would be the main competitor? And if you try to do that by hand, or okay, going to Google and trying to find what is the current prices of the pencil that you are going to offer, it would be hard. Yes, it would take millions of hours. So what we offer to do that maybe in a couple of hours. So you have your business case. We provide you with data. Data is parsed, ready to be read and used. So I guess that would be the use case for most of the clients. And so far, a little about the products. Why we are also here, we have a project for beta. That means that we do not just earn from the data collection, but we also offer some solutions and tool pro bono alongside the expertise. And our mission by having this pro bono is to enable the critical research questions and missions at the scale of global public web data. So if you have a question and you want to find like the answer from the data side, we can offer both the tooling and the knowledge how to do that. So usually our experts that work with these type of tools and products, they come to the universities, they explain the use cases, how the products can be used, and then we might collaborate on helping you to find the answer to the questions that you have. Some of the maybe examples that we recently had, we collaborated with the network regulatory, I guess, how it's called in English, I don't remember, but Ryšių reguliavimo tarnyba in Lithuanian. And we provided them with we provided them with a custom product to scan ads on the websites and try to find illegal goods being sold, such as extended animals or other type of products that you cannot sell on the internet. So we had this use case. We had another use case when we tried to scan Lithuanian IP addresses looking for illegal content related with child abuse and such sort of things. So it was also rewarded by Sustainability Award last year. There are some cases when we collaborated with students. So students come with us with the idea to make an impact, and then we try to help them to find the tooling and combine our knowledge with them. I guess the most impressive projects that we had were during the Corona. Or we had a couple of cases with students where we collected publicly available data about the COVID cases and their areas, and then appeared some kind of tracking and tooling available for the wider society. So one of them was Corona Track. So I will, maybe you want to Google that later. And within this project for Beta, we collaborate, as I mentioned, with researchers, educators, academics, with faculties, various universities and organizations such as NGOs and NPOs and similar. And simply, yeah, if you have an idea, if any of the researchers working at the university, if you have something which you would like to explore further and need our knowledge and tooling for, feel free to join for beta and fill a request form. So it's simply typing the question you would like to analyze, and we will get in touch if it matches our value and the mission of our project for beta. So the most interesting part, so the information side finished. Now we will go to the Honeygain case. And Honeygain is amazing products because it's one of our main sources of ethical residential IP addresses. As I mentioned, the difference from data center proxies and residential proxies. So Vitaly will elaborate on that, and we'll talk about Honeygains. So Vitaly, feel free to come here.
Thanks, Nessa. My part won't be so smooth, I guess, because I have some videos to share. Hi everyone, I'm Vitaly, and I'm a tech lead and software engineer. Currently, I'm working with Honeygain, and as Nessa mentioned, we are sourcing residential IP addresses for Oxylab as our exclusive partner. And basically, you need to have some residential IPs in your scraping flow, just because they are they just work better comparing to data center proxies, because it looks like you are using your ISP connection, ISP IP address, which is more real than some data centers IP addresses. What is Honeygain? This video will briefly present you what it's all about, and I think it will answer some questions upfront. So let's try to see it. I don't know, will we be able to start it?
Honeygain is the leading app that pays its users.
Yeah, we have some sound here. It's a bit commercial, so sorry about that. But
Honeygain. Honeygain is the leading app that pays. Honeygain is the leading app that pays its users for sharing their internet bandwidth. That means you can earn anywhere from $10 to $30 per month by helping us gather publicly available online data.
Video because
our community has millions of Honeygainers from.
I will explain in some other words. In other words, well, Honeygain it's an internet connection sharing and passive income platform. What it means and how it works. Users of Honeygain, they just install the application to their devices of different platforms like Android, Windows, Linux, Apple devices, and more. Then Honeygains or Oxylab's clients use those devices for gathering data or doing scraping, as we call it. And then Honeygain users just get money for their devices usage, and for every bytes of traffic we pass through them. And it's a win-win situation because our clients are happy they have resources and residential IP addresses pool. And our Honeygains users are happy because they get money for doing nothing, just running the application, which is quite nice. And a bit of tech terms, how it works. We have a client, which is the Honeygains or Oxylab's client. And what this client does is he's doing the proxy request to Honeygain infrastructure. Then we choose one of our network exit nodes, as we call them, or some particular device, and we just forward this request through this device. The request goes to the internet, and then the response is forwarded back to the client. So it's just as easy as that. But yeah, we have quite a lot of users in Honeygame. Quite a lot. I mean, it's more than 40 million right now. And this Honeygame infrastructure is quite big. And your task today is related to all of this infrastructure and Honeygame stuff. Also, Honeygame has its API, of course, APIs, multiple ones, because both devices and web dashboards and some other units are using it. And because of this API is quite a good point to start from when you will be looking for some vulnerabilities in it and etc. Just for the reference, in our tech stack, we have quite a lot of different programming languages like Golang, Node.js, PHP. On infrastructure side, we use Kubernetes, Kafka, and quite a lot of different databases. So at any point, we might have some vulnerabilities or something which you guys will be tasked to find. Yeah. As I mentioned, we have quite a lot of users. Of course, we have our payouts program when you just gather those Honeygame credits, which are then converted to some currency. You can pay out them via PayPal or cryptocurrency and etc. We also have referral program. There are some modules in application which are used for gamification, bonuses for activity, and etc. And one maybe important thing is that we don't have a public API. Therefore, we don't have any public API documentation. And you'll need just to intercept the traffic and see what's happening there and try to find some vulnerabilities. What's the motivation for you to participate? We will give away some Honeygame credits, which then can be converted to real money. And also you can get the Honeygame sweater, just like this one, very nice and quality stuff. Yeah. We will check all the reports of the vulnerabilities you will find, and we will check how critical they are. We will evaluate the risk and the severity of every of your report, and we'll check how to deal with those credits and sweaters. I guess. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Guess in the invitation you saw like this was presented, as an invitation for students to come. So there is a file with the terms and conditions of the test. So as Natalia has mentioned, basically you will be looking at one domain and two subdomains. So the main Honeygame website, the dashboard of Honeygame, and API information. And then I maybe I will invite Thomas because Thomas at Oxylab, he works with vulnerabilities and other stuff related to cybersecurity. The one thing we do at the company is also we receive these type of reports from outside. So we have publicly available bug bounty program. And once the bug bounty comes, Thomas is the first line of assessment and also usually checks if the vulnerability is correct. And then he knows which teams are responsible for fixing vulnerability on our infrastructure side. So Thomas has practical knowledge, I guess, genuine interest in pen testing, and I can share tools and tips and tricks with you all if you would like to take on the challenge. Vitalikas has mentioned the sweaters and credits and Honeygame app, but also maybe the big prize, as I said, is the possible internship. So this year we would like to take one or two interns to the security team to work directly with us. And no, penetration testing will not be the position that we offer. It will be everything. You will be available to see the compliance side, how we work for complying with ISO, with SOC 2, with other certificates, how security engineering looks like, how pen testing looks from within the organization, how the vulnerability assessment and processes are put in place. So we have a very high skilled and dynamic team. And I think, it's the big prize, as I said, and the internship will be paid. So we will take one intern and we'll make sure that this person can put the available time and effort after the studies to complete tasks from our side and just to see how the processes are going. So Tom,
And also sweaters.
and also Sven. We have a very, very limited edition, so more valuable than money perhaps.
Right, well, thanks. Hi, everyone. So since you're here in cybersecurity course and this is cybersecurity assessment, I don't have many slides. I'd like to do after this one, so we're going to play a little bit. Which year are you? Which year students are you? First year, right? So if you're hackers, you're obviously doing hack the box, try hack me and things like that, right? Anyone? No one? Raise your hands, at least one, please. My man. It feels so weird being this end of the class. So before I was a cybersecurity expert, I was a student, and during my student years, I started hacking and penetration testing. While I was still a student when I started, like a fully paid red team job. So this is where I started, and this is where I enjoy being. About the test, Ines introduced very nicely. If you're not doing practical and technical applications for hack skills, please start doing that. It's rather time consuming. And for those who know hack the box, and for those who know the resources about it, use that. But there's one thing when going through the test, read the test carefully. When doing security assessments regarding anything, there is one saying that I want you to take away from this. Reading is a good skill to have. Read what you're looking at the screen. And it doesn't involve only the PDF or the document. Read everything. If you're intercepting traffic, read what you're intercepting. If you have leaked passwords, read those. Because people miss exploits and vulnerabilities and everything because they don't read what they have on their screen. This is very important. So let's go about more things on how we can approach the task. It's really simple. First thing, find the methodology. So something I'm sure you should have heard by now about OWASP, right? Open Data Application Security Program. They have checklists. Use checklists. You have to know what you're checking for. So if you don't know everything, use checklist, go through it, see what's possible, and then see what you can do with it. Write everything down. If you use Kali Linux, Cherry Tree standard, use Cherry Tree, use Notepad, use BIM in the text file, whatever. Everything you find, write it down. Everything you map, have an Excel sheet ready. Map everything. Find everything. Before you even start taking actions, find everything. And this ties into enumerate, enumerate, and enumerate. You need to know what you're dealing with before you attack it. You're not going to find an exploit if you're not sure where you are in the infrastructure. You start sending requests, you start clicking the web, maybe you find something. You stash it. You keep going until there's no more links, no more leads, no places where you can get the football. Then you go back to it, you take action. Maybe you find something and you go deeper. Stop, stash, enumerate again. Know everything. Always. Intelligence is the only thing that helps you here. There are many automated scanners that do this for you. They're like OpenVAS, Nessus, Nikto, whatever, LinPeas, WinPeas, you name it. Nmap has its own script engine. You can use that. It helps. It doesn't tell you everything. We use it. We use it every day. We still find bugs, exploits, misconfigurations. Like we're dealing with a lot of volume here. Automated scanners are not going to replace you, are not going to replace hands, not going to replace reading. Use them, but it's a tool. Not supposed to replace you. Same with ChatGPT. If you use ChatGPT for this, get ready for pain. Because that thing is fraud. And yeah, know the rules. Know how these technologies work that Vitalik has introduced you. If you're going to try to break a Kubernetes cluster, do you even know how it works? Node.js, JavaScript, right? How the frameworks interact. What is a proxy? Know the rules, read the documentations, read the literature. Because you need to know what exactly are you trying for it to break. Otherwise, you'll be banging your head against the wall. It's not going to move. And to end it all, I have a couple of resources which can help you. Since it's a recording, you can take a screenshot. Probably your lecturers will give it to you. Actrix. There's a really nice dude that started his career in Hack the Box, and he started documenting everything. All ports, all technologies, all resources. That's everything in Actrix. Use that, it helps. I use it, I still use it daily. I've been using it for many years and it's still being updated. Use it. Hack the Box, go do it. They have academies, they have learning courses, they have really difficult machines, they have easy ones, they have medium ones. If you want to go into cybersecurity, into the tech stack, this is great. You'll get used to using terminals, you'll get used to cracking different technologies, different languages, esoterics, everything you do. OWASP cheat sheet. For OWASP itself, they have documented a lot of vulnerabilities and standards. They have their own checklist. If you don't have your methodology, use that. It's going to help you. Force Trigger, Burp Suite. If you're doing web application pen testing, you need this tool. They have their own academy. Read it, learn it, use it. IPSec for Muted. One of the hackers, they take CTF challenges and explain very simple terms, show you how to develop exploits from simple, well, stupid simple to insane challenges. It's a good resource. Like before sleep, turn it on, couple hours for a machine. You learn a lot of things. 0xDF, GitLab, a lot of write-ups, a lot of exploits. Read them, learn them, use them. Twist your repo, payload all the things, so you don't have to remember all the reverse shells, all the niche, your nishangs, your empires, and everything. This is great. Use that. As well as the payload all the things web. They have their own stuff. You need to familiarize yourself with that. If you don't get melt, this is going to be incredibly useful. So probably can move into question and answer. Yeah. There we go. Q&A.
In case you have any questions related to the task or the products we have, either it's Oxylab products or Honeygain application. Yeah, feel free to ask.
Let's stop there, right?